Thank you, Jody. And good morning, everyone. We begin with another passionate night at the Vancouver Park Board as the public got some more time to sound off on the city's community centres. Greg Harper is live in Vancouver this morning with the details. Greg. All right, our apologies. We seem to have lost our connection with Greg there. We can tell you that the board is extending public consultation on community centre revenue. It's still likely going ahead with a new funding model that will allow it to control the centre's revenues, but members of the public will be able to voice concerns about the process at a new series of public meetings. Park Board staff believes the control of the revenue will level the playing field between centres making money and those which are struggling, but opponents call it a cash brag and fear a loss of services. Several centres have refused to enter negotiations with the board.
We are extremely disappointed by the continued lack of leadership that you have demonstrated and the apparent lack of respect for public opinion.
There's more financial troubles for BC Ferries. The company says it lost just over $17 million in 2012's third quarter, but that's a $2 million improvement from the same time period in 2011, while total revenue was up nearly $5 million to just under $170 million. Operating expenses climbed by about $3 million. That's thanks to higher ship and terminal maintenance costs. BC Ferries carried just over 20 million passengers and roughly 8 million cars on 25 routes last year, making it one of the largest ferry fleets on the planet. Our Facebook question of the day as well. What would you do to improve the situation at BC Ferries? Visit our Facebook page to comment, and we'll read some of those responses a bit later on in the program. WorkSafe BC has handed out $3 million in fines to local companies in 2012, and topping the list, the Aquilinis. Francesco Aquilini and two family business partners were fined more than $125,000. The biggest penalty was handed out in 2012. WorkSafe says the Aquilinis failed to maintain a farm vehicle in a safe operating condition. The van was used to transport workers to and from a Pitt Meadows berry farm. The fine was bigger than normal because of repeated violations at the farm. Well, a couple of controversial oil projects remain in doubt. BC is pushing ahead with big plans for liquefied natural gas. At day one of an LNG conference in Vancouver, the feds approved an export license for a facility in Kitimat operated by Shell. 15 First Nations along the planned pipeline route have agreed to it. They're getting $32 million in provincial loans, and the Premier announced $120 million in royalty credits to the industry. She insists it is not a subsidy.
Changing the tax structure so that you get the taxes at a different time when profits are higher, that's not a subsidy. That's just making sure that our environment here is working for the industry. Because here's the thing. We have this chance to be the second biggest exporter of liquefied natural gas in the world. It will mean billions of dollars for the people of this province.
The LNG projects still have to meet environmental assessments, but they haven't been as fiercely opposed as oil projects like the Northern Gateway and Trans Mountain pipeline expansion. A U.S. sports blogger claims the Abbotsford Heat are on their way to New York next season, but the Calgary Flames farm team management has not confirmed the report of a 10-year deal. The Abbotsford Heat have been plagued by low attendance and speculation that the Canucks want the Heat out so that the owners can move the Canucks farm team, the Chicago Wolves, in.
If they went to Utica and made money and, say, the Canucks farm team came to Abbotsford, then we'd be sold out all the time.
Heat's here for Calgary. That doesn't make much sense to me. And Chicago has, our team, so it'd be better if, Chicago came here.
Well, I enjoy the Heat's presence, but, they got to do what they got to do.
I'm sure some people will miss them, but I can't say that I will.
All right, with more sports, here's Don Taylor over in the Sportsnet Connected studios. Don?